Deven's right back with us. Deven, do continue. Will the winning streak continue in the month of May? You were sharing your thoughts.
Yes, Sevan. I think there is no doubt about this particular process of market going to the newer heights, largely because of the fact that we are extremely comfortable with some of the frontline stocks and their value and the valuations at this point of time. For example, I think the likes of Reliance, likes of HDFC Bank, likes of Kotak Bank, even Bajaj Finance. These are some of the names I think which are basically suggesting that there is a significant amount of headroom available for these companies, given the strength of their fundamentals. On the other side, the discretionary spending is rising. So as a result of which, the likes of Tata Motors, likes of Ashok Leyland in the commercial vehicle space, they are also basically, I think, suggesting that because of the infrastructure related spending in the economy, these companies are receiving a significantly large amount of boost as far as I think their business condition is concerned. IT companies who have been bettered after the result, particularly frontline IT companies, they are suggesting that they would possibly assume the upside going forward in this month. So we are selectively bullish. We believe that I think those companies which have been beaten down, despite of fundamentals, I think they would be the first ones to probably I think lead the charge as far as the market outlook is concerned in the month of May. Maybe election would play a catalyst, and thereafter one will have to see how exactly the market takes up the next election thereafter post elections.
Okay. Uh, Anything which is standing out for you, Devan bhai, which could be called as like a dhamakedar result or dhamakedar natije?
So Nikunj, I believe that I think some of the companies which came up with result like yesterday we saw Poonawalla Film. I think this company has come up with a result which is far more superior than probably one would have thought about it. I believe that despite of challenging times in getting the deposit at a cheaper cost, still this company has managed to, I think, corner the growth, which is suggesting that the business strategy is right intact. We like this kind of proposition. I would think that there would be companies in finance itself, I think like Axis Bank, similarly, I think came up with a decent set of numbers, smart set of numbers, and even ICICI Bank also hasn't disappointed. So in my viewpoint, I think the financial portfolio, the BFSI companies within that, I think banking and NBFC companies would probably be ones which have, I think, shown relatively stronger results compared to others. Maybe I think we are seeing the underlying strength and the opportunity in case of, I think, geo platforms and Reliance retails. They are the ones where we probably would like to see when they become a separate company at some point of time. Would like to see, I think, how significantly they are growing the business. Reliance Retail has moved their margin from 7.3, 7.4% at EBITDA level to 8.5%, given the strength of their own brands. Similarly, for geo platforms, I think they're systematically growing the data pool, and that is suggesting that they would probably have more number of use cases to have higher consumption of data. Slight move up in the ARPU, and I think they would have significantly larger performance to talk about. So these are some of the opportunities which we believe there are, I think, ripe opportunities to get into your portfolios.
Okay, fair enough. That's the view coming in. Meantime, let's also get in your take then as to what the outlook is when it comes to the entire metals basket. Do you believe that they're, reading into the numbers that a little bit more consolidation or time before we see incremental recovery within metals?
So I think the important point is on one side the demand scenario remains absolutely strong and convincing. Renewable per se, I think is suggesting that higher amount of demand for metal consumption is going to come up largely because of variety of spending that the country and the global economy would be having in the area of metals, I believe. India per se, I think is an infrastructure story, so certainly I think the consumption of metal is increasing. China's dominance out there in the other markets, I think, is slowly and gradually coming under control. So that is also a good sign of the pricing for metals. And last but not the least, I think on the input side costs, where probably I think the factor of renewable energy is slowly and gradually entering into the use of energy for the most of the metal producers. So in my viewpoint, directionally, next 5 to 7 years, you are likely to see on one side the lower cost of production of metal, on the other side sustained and higher demand for metals. So to a greater extent, I think this is one area which would possibly drive next 5 to 7 years. It remains to be seen how the greenfield projects will come up and how aggressively I think the companies would put up their investments. But certainly, I think this is an opportunity as I see it at the current levels.
The pre-open rates. Meantime, Deven, let's get in your take on M&M. Of course, all eyes on the XUV 3XO. How do you see that really strengthening the overall franchise, the kind of target plans that the company has in terms of being in one of the top two players?
Yes, indeed. I think one of the best companies example, I think in recent times, where they have completely overhauled their portfolios. I think they have moved towards a premiumization. And they have also, I think, brought in the portfolio of SUVs, I think, which probably is a focused portfolio, wherein the others have been concentrating on the mixed portfolio of products. So that strategy has been working for this company. It has been helping them in getting the working capital money in advance from the customers, and it has basically helped them in, I think, building the better quality, I think, products which markets have liked it. So in overall, yes, I agree that I think this particular strategy has played out. The good part is that they are systematically building the newer products into the market and they are remaining aggressive with that. So that gives you relatively more confidence in the visibility. Though I agree that I think what they achieved in the last year on a lower base, I think they may not be achieved in the current year because the base is now become reasonable. I would think that still there is a growth of around 15 to 20% easily seen in this particular business from M&M side.
All right, thanks so much then, Deven, for joining in and sharing with us your expertise and outlook on the markets. In fact, speaking of...
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.